Hey guys, it's Di, and in today's video I wanted to share real quickly our Disney binder, or more accurately, our Disney folder. Now, I wanted to share this because I know there's a lot of different binder examples online, and mainly like blogs I think show this, but I wanted to show you what I use because it is a little bit different, and I think it's kind of nice for a person that's a minimalist, or if you just don't need a full binder, something like this works great. So this is actually a project folder where you would submit a project. I have this left over from my master's degree, and so I've used this for a lot of different purposes, but I've also found that for trip planning, this works great. So I printed off this little cover online, and I'll put the link to this down below. I just find things like this by going to Google. But on the inside, I just have these clear plastic sheets, and it just has the different things marked off on the inside, and it has all the different things that we're going to need on the inside and nothing else. So I'm also going to put sticky notes over here to the side with pertinent information, which will make more sense once you see tomorrow's video why I would need those over here. But I'm going to get more into detail about what we're doing on our trip and why our trip's a little bit different than most people that wouldn't be normally going to Orlando, and you're probably going to get some hints by seeing this. But today I wanted to focus specifically on this and why it works for me. So this is just really great and easy because you can throw it down inside your carry-on, put it down inside your purse, and it doesn't take up a lot of room. It's not heavy. So I use this to house all of the important documents like our plane tickets. So before the flight, I've taken out all of our identified information, by the way. I just put these marker pages in here, so the plane tickets aren't actually in here. But I can put all the things like our plane ticket itinerary in here, and then we actually get our boarding passes, slide the boarding passes down in here so they don't get lost or get jumbled around inside my purse. Car rental, when we get down to Orlando, we're going to be renting a vehicle, so all the information pertaining to the car rental, I would put in this slot, and then it's ready to go. We get on the plane and we go, and then the next thing we're going to need is the car rental. So from there, I also have a spot for birth certificates. Now, for part of the time, I'll probably keep these in my purse, but when I don't need them in my purse or don't need to have them readily accessible, I'll have birth certificates here on the side. When you are traveling with young children that don't necessarily have a passport or something like that, I always have the girls' certified birth certificates with me. You need them to get on the plane, and I also will take them with me for other purposes. So I'm going to have their birth certificates in here. And then the next page is the itinerary. Now we're going to be doing more of a flexible schedule this time. We have an idea of what we're going to be doing every single day. We have an idea based on reservations and that sort of things where we should be each day. But we're also going into it saying, you know what? If the girls go to a certain park and they really, really love it, we're changing our schedule and we will go back to that same park another day. Or if they didn't get to see everything they wanted to see, we'll go back to that same park. So for this trip, we're trying to be as flexible as possible, and nothing is set in stone. We do have 2 days that are, pretty certain, but other than that, we're going to be pretty flexible and just go from there. But here I'd have just a printout of our itinerary, just a rough idea of the different days. It would literally just be one sheet. With just some quick notes on things we'd like to see, places we'd like to eat, things we already have planned for the different days. And then the last part would be the theme park or dining reservations. And this would have everything like our dining reservations, and if we had any theme park tickets and things like that in advance, it would be in here. And then on the very last sheet, I'm not going to flip this over because there's actually a reservation in there, but on this very last sheet, I just leave the one blank sheet in there for extra things. So this is the stuff I put in there very last. So the order I try to go in are the order that I'm going to need them on the trip. So I basically go from plane tickets to when you get there, you're going to need the car, to whenever you are traveling, if I'm done using the birth certificates that have been in my purse, I can put them in here. And then the itinerary to give us an idea of the schedule, and then once we get there, all the reservations and things like that that we need. And this system really seems to work out well for me. Now I am going to need some addresses and phone numbers just to have them handy here on the front, and what I typically do with that, any notes I want to make to myself, notes of things to pick up, to-do list, any things like that, I'll just have a couple of sticky notes, some with notes or some that are blank, and I'll just stick them here on the inside, and this will be kind of like my notes to myself area. And this just really seems to be easy to me, and it really works really well. So this is my version of a Disney binder, even though it's not a binder. And I know for some people, like the full full-on, like full-scale, huge binder really works, especially if you're going multiple places. Maybe you're hitting Disney and then going on a cruise from there, and you've got a lot of different reservations and things you're trying to keep track of. But for us, we're just going straight to Orlando. It's pretty straightforward. We're very comfortable with the area. For what it's worth. So this is really all we need, and this really works well for us. So for trips on the same scale, this is pretty much all I would do for that as well, and I find that this works well to keep everything in one spot and handy. So hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing my Disney binder. Let me know if you guys have any questions down below, and tomorrow I'm going to be getting into our trip plans, what we're actually planning on doing, the days that we're there and that sort of thing, and talking a little bit about why our trip is a little bit different from people that are normally going to Orlando. That'll be tomorrow's video. And then the following day, I'm actually super excited about this video. Everyone else is probably going to hate it for some reason, but I'm doing like a hypothetical trip. What I would do if our situation in Orlando was slightly different. So those two videos would make sense when you see them, but for some reason I'm super, I guess it's because I get to have like this make-believe trip of where I would, you know, stay, an alternate universe and all that, but I'm very excited to do that video, so just humor me with it, please. So anyhow, this is my Disney binder, and hopefully this has been helpful for you guys to see what we're doing with all of our travel information. So thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.